Hello and welcome to Amethyst Style Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at the Feels Like Home celebration stamp set again. I really love this, but I know that some of you have been put off by the fact that you think that there's an awful lot of colouring to do. But I've been showing you ways of doing it where you don't have to do any colouring. And today I thought we would make some ephemera or some tags that we can then just put on the top of cards or have as tags or whatever we really want. And we're going to be using a variety of colours, and we're going to be using just sort of scraps of cardstock that we've got over. I'm just cutting this one down because I just had one as an experiment. So you need a piece that is going to be, this is 2.5 inches wide. Whatever size that will fit the tag that we're going to make. And then, as I say, we're going to build it up to give it sort of an ephemera type look. So we're going to be using 2 punches. The Elegant Tag Punch, which I really love because I love this sort of shape on here, and it fits a little, you can punch a hole in there very easily and decorate it up. And we're going to use another one, which is the rectangular postage stamp punch. So both are small little shapes, and you turn around and you look at this and you think, well, how on earth am I going to get little tiny shapes in there? But I think we're going to manage it. And so what we're going to do to start off with is, let's just take, we'll punch one out of this one. Hopefully it'll fit this way. Yes, it will. I want to try and get as much as I can in on here. So that's going to be one, because I like that shape. And then we're going to take, in fact, hopefully I'll get 2. I'm going to do 2 only because I want to put this on to have it as a double layer, because then it's going to be a little thicker. And then we're going to take the Elegant Tag Punch, and I'm going to try and take 2 out of there. So, oops, make sure that I've got it down so it's got the top in. That's 1. And fingers crossed I can just, look at that, I can just get another one out like that. And that's just going to build it up in the layers. So literally just a piece of scrap. And we've got a couple to do. And then I will see what they look like on there. And I will show you the one that I did as my example, which will give you another idea. So we need a piece of, excuse me reaching across, I've just got a piece of copy paper. It stops my grid paper being used too much, and we're going to use these 2 shapes, and these ones we're going to have as the backings just to make them a little thicker. So on this one, let's start with this one first. The colours I thought were Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. So we're going to start with the Fresh Freesia, if I can get it open. And we are going to be using our blending brushes. So let me just get one of my blending brushes out. And we're going to just take it from, let's take from the bottom. So we're going to sponge this up through in the Fresh Freesia to start off with. And I always try and do it all in one colour to start off with, and then take the other colour in. The nice thing about the blending brushes is, because they've got very soft bristles, it means that you can go over little intricate spaces like this without it being too much. Okay, so that's the Fresh Freesia. Then we're going to take the Highland Heather, and we're going to do the Highland Heather from the bottom, because the Highland Heather is just a little bit darker, so I want to take that up and make it quite dark on there. I've chosen a pale pink as well, so you're probably getting the different colours, but you have got those beautiful colours coming through like that, which I think will work quite nicely. So we'll put that one away, and then we're going to take our stamp. Now I'm going to do this in, I just need to get my Simply Chamois out because I don't think I've cleaned it after I use the last colour, and what I don't want is to have colours coming through. So we can do it in, I want to do it in a, I think I'm going to do it in soft suede because I don't want it to be too dark. And what we're going to do is, if you can see, that's where the bicycle is. We're going to just ink up over where the bicycle is, because we want the bicycle on this one. And then we're going to put our tag down here where we can see it. I might have to bring it down a little bit so I can see it. And try and get it as straight as you can. Then you're going to take it, now you know that that's the bicycle wheel, so we want that piece touching that side and down fairly low at the bottom. And we're just going to press that in on top there. Again, I'm leaving it for a few seconds because of the colours we've already put on there. And then we should be able to take it up, and you can see you've got the tag and you've got the lovely bicycle coming through on there. Okay, so now we need to take the gorgeous grape, because we're going to go round the edge in the gorgeous grape. So I just need to get out a sponge dauber for this, because that will work better. That's my gorgeous grape. So I'm going to take the sponge dauber and I'm just going round the edges. Now you could do the edges in a brown, so the soft suede if you wanted to, but I think the gorgeous grape will just work quite well on this. Now obviously you've got these little pieces here, but what you can do then is to just take it in on there, in on the center, and then you can just give it a little bit of an extra round the edges. Excuse the squeaking going on. A bit darker maybe just down at that bottom bit, and then just up in on the side. So we now have this lovely tag with just the bicycle in on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this other piece, because this I want it to be just a little bit sturdier. So I'm going to take this piece and we're literally just going to put some wet glue through on here, paying attention to the top piece, round on those little pieces, and then I'm literally just going to put this in on top, put it together. It's a good thing about wet glue, you've got a little bit of time to wiggle it around so that you get it right in where you want it. That looks lovely on there, and then we'll do our holes and finish them at the end. So that's the start of the first one. What I do need to do is I want to do some words on this. So I'm going to take a little bit of, let's have a little bit of scrap on here. which is just a thin piece from the edge. Sure it's not too mucky. And I'm going to do the words in the soft suede as well, so that you've got the purples on the back and you've got the soft suede in the middle. And so I'm just taking, we'll see what it is. Okay, so this is I'm always and forever here for you. However, I don't want all of that on there. I want to make it a little bit of a vintage ephemera type look. So what we need to do on this is to just take this off like this. So I'm going to have the here for you. And I'm just going to take that off. And just cut that one down. So I've got here for you, which I think will probably look quite good on there. And then we'll cut this one down for something else. So I'm just having here for you on there. And then I'm just going to take this with just a little bit of wet glue. And I just want this down just at a little bit of an angle, I think. Slide it up so it goes on. So you've just got the little bit of the wording on there, which I think is quite good. Okay, so we'll put that one to one side. And then we've got this one. Now, I need to have a look and see. So let's get our, if I'm doing it up this way, I might be able to just take the door and get the door sort of in on the center of that one. So I think I'm going to do it that way. And this time, let's give that a bit of a, or I could even do the, oops, sorry, I could even do the tree on this. Don't know, we'll see, we'll see. We might have to do another one. Okay, so I've got, this is Pear Pizzazz. And I'm just going to do the Pear Pizzazz down in on the bottom here. So literally just a little bit of the Pear Pizzazz on the bottom. And then I've got Pool Party to go on the top. So I need to just get most of the excess off of here. Get the blue, turn it round the other way, and we'll take the blue in from the top and bring that down. I'll take that down as the grass. So we've just got a little two-tone here in the blue and green, Pool Party and Pear Pizzazz. And then I think I might try and do on this side and take the tree part. Let me have a look at the stamp set a minute and we'll have a look and see what the tree comes like that. We've got the little plants and the tree coming up. So I think from, yes, from the plants, let's take this and have a look. If I take it from there, so just above the top of the plants maybe, or maybe at the bottom, we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. And again, I'm going to do this in soft suede. I could take it in black, so we're going to have this side on this time. But we're not doing the door at all. We're just going to do the tree, or part of the tree. We won't get it all on, but I think we might be able to get enough. So I need to make sure that I've got it fairly straight. and then that's going to be where the bottom, where the flower bits are. Let's take it, I'm going to take it to there and we'll see. Now what you could do is you could stamp the whole image and then just punch it out, but I think it's quite nice to do it where it comes out. Yes, now you see that's beautiful. That's worked beautifully. So you've got the little plants coming in the front, and you've got the tree. And again with this one, I think I'm going to, what colours shall we? I think I'm just going to do it round the edges in both the colours. Let me take a, that's going to be Pool Party. We'll have this one for the green underneath. And then I can mix them up a bit. So let me just get my colours out again. So that's going to be the blue. And I'm just going to take this and just go round the edges because I want it to come a little bit darker on here. But you can use any shapes you've got. I just thought it might be quite fun to just do these ones. So I'm doing this over again because Pool Party is quite pale. Just down to where we get to the green. And then I'll take the Pear Pizzazz. And we'll just take that down in on there. Just round on the corner. I quite like this postage stamp one. It's a rather pretty one. But again, as I've said to you, I quite often like to, you know, you can have tags or you can have things just as ephemera. So on this one, again, we've cut the other one out, so I'm going to give it some extra bulk. And what you can do is you can do as many layers as you want. So, you know, you can make it as stiff as you want. But I think 2 for this will, whoops. 2 for this will be fine for what I'm doing, but as I say, using wet glue it's very easy because you literally just put them up together. And I've got that as 2. I'd probably do it even more actually because this is just our basic cardstock. And then this one, we've got the words here, always and forever, which I think will be quite nice. So let's and very quickly just cut round these ones. That's going round on here. And then I should be able to just take it round. It's quite tiny, this one. Get my scissors round on that bit. Take it off there. Excuse me. So just going to take it round on this, whoops, little tiny bit, nearly missed that. So that's going to be the forever. And I can put that right the way across that bit of the tree, I think. Oh, excuse me, I've got a little tickle in my throat. So let's just take this little "and" out, which is very tiny. This is where either a pair of tweezers or take your pick tool, and I'm going to use that, so I shall show you with the take your pick tool. Whee. Just take that round. And the good thing is that when you're doing little things like this, they don't have to be perfectly precise because you're making a little, almost like a little cameo, or as I say, they call it ephemera now, that you can then just put onto things and or just make them into tags. You know, they're pretty as tags, and I think we'll do one that's going to be a bit of an ephemera, which I shall probably add to a card later on. So this, as I say, is just going to have the, don't even know if you see me on there, I was right off of camera in my own little world, fussy cutting. Okay, so we'll have that as always and forever, which I think will work beautifully. So let's just get some little bit of glue on here. Pop this one on. So that's just going to come right across on there where the tree is. Always the and I'm going to put down just about there, and I'm putting a blob of glue, picking it up with the take your pick tool, which I've just got out, and the putty end is really good because you can pick it up and then just pop it down where you want. I'm just going to hold that bit with my nail. Oops, come on. There we go. And then you've got that in on there. I'm just going to press it down. And then we've got the forever, always and forever. I think that's quite nice. But I love the way that you can use just little pieces of the stamp. I'll put that down on there, I think. You know, you don't have to use the whole thing. And this, as I say, we're using tiny little bits of it, but it works really well. So let's take these pieces off of here so we can have a look and see for finishing it off. So that's one of them. That's the other one, which again are very different. And then I would take, I've got a crocodile, but anything that you've got that's going to punch your hole. And in this one, we're going to take it right up in to the center of here, that little holy piece. Put it in. And you've got a little hole, and it fits perfectly in the center of there. This one I think I'm going to leave as it is. I'm just going to put a couple more layers on. Now this, we need to have some ribbon or something with it. I'm probably going to use, I think I'm going to use just some linen thread. Or I could use some, what have I got that would look pretty? I might just use some white twine. Bear with 2 seconds. We've got a whole series of twine that you can get now, and you can get them in multi-packs. So you can get, I think neutrals is you get 4 white, beige, cream, something else. I can't remember exactly which ones, but I think that will work nicely on here. So we're just going to cut a little bit of white twine. And then this can go through on here. Up in on there. And that gives just a pretty little tag that you can put on, you know, any presents. You got the white on the back to write with it. And I thought I'd show you a couple that I did. This is the one that I did with, and I've only done this one layer, and you can see it's a little bit flimsy. It does need a couple of more layers on. This was done with the same colours that we did the other day. So pale papaya and calypso coral, and then stamped in the soft suede, and I did the always and forever on that one. And this I just used a little bit of linen thread, which we've got, which I thought was quite nice. I then did one which has come out quite nicely, but the image doesn't come out quite as strong. I probably would need to do it on a black or something. And this was done on our new craft card. We've got craft card, which obviously is sort of a browny, well, craft colour. And I would probably emboss it on there just to make it stand out a little bit. But again, I did that with a twine, and I did that in exactly the same colours. So that was done with the pale papaya and the calypso coral, and so was this. But obviously pale papaya on the craft card doesn't come out very much at all. But again, it's, you know, however you think it will look and whatever you like, but they make lovely little tiny little pieces that you can put on top of, as I say, cards or parcels or you know, on the front of a journal, always and forever. Whatever you want to use them for, you can. You can use whatever shapes you want as well. But if we look at this image again, you can see the image is a large stamp of this sort of size, but don't be overwhelmed by it. Take just a little part of it out, and you've got you know, different images. I really like that. I think that looks beautiful with just the tree coming up in there. And again, you know, the bicycle, lovely image to just use the bicycle. So the celebration is only available until the end of September. So we're halfway through now. So if you want it, do get hold of one as quickly as you can. You can't buy this one. You can only get it for free. So if you put an order in for £45, you know, stuck up on your paper, stuck up on your Christmas stuff, you can get this one absolutely free. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.